The first leg of the UEFA Champions League round of 16 is done, and Arsenal return from Germany with a 1-1 draw. On paper, that sounds like a decent result, but the performance tells a more complicated story, doesn't it? It does. Arsenal will accept the result, but the performance was well below the standards they've set this season. For long stretches, Leverkusen looked sharper, more aggressive, and more purposeful in possession. Arsenal struggled to impose themselves. And the turning point seemed to arrive right after halftime when Leverkusen found the opening goal. Arsenal looked stunned for a while after that moment, didn't they? Absolutely. Conceding immediately after the restart disrupted Arsenal's rhythm completely. Leverkusen then did what strong home sides do in Europe. They protected their lead intelligently and forced Arsenal into frustration. One of the surprises of the night was Bukayo Saka. He's usually the heartbeat of Arsenal's attack, but this time things just didn't click for him. Without question, Saka looked unusually quiet and struggled to influence the game in the final third. Some days are like that for players, and thanks to squad depth, the substitution became so important. That substitution changed the tempo almost immediately. Madueke brought energy, directness, and a sense of urgency that Arsenal were missing earlier. That relentless forward intent eventually produced the decisive moment when he was brought down inside the box late in the match. A dramatic equaliser, and perhaps a hugely important one in the context of this tie. How important was that goal? Very important. Scoring away in the first leg changes the psychology completely instead of chasing the tie in London. Arsenal now return home with the score level and momentum slightly restored, but it also reminds everyone that progressing won't come easy. Definitely, Arsenal will need a much stronger performance in the second leg if they want to control this tie. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Europe, another result caught the attention of Arsenal fans. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. At first glance, that might seem like good news for Arsenal supporters, but the reaction online suggests something different. Why are some Arsenal fans actually worried about that result? Because if Manchester City exit the Champions League early, it reduces their fixture congestion. That's less load on them. That means fewer distractions and more focus on the Premier League title race. You want your rivals to be as busy as possible, to remain stretched. So in a strange twist, City's European disappointment could make them even more dangerous domestically. Exactly. A fresh Manchester City squad chasing the league is never something rivals feel comfortable about. So the night ends with mixed emotions for Arsenal, a performance to forget, a result to appreciate, and a second leg still waiting to be decided. The tie is alive, the pressure remains, and the road to Champions League glory is proving tougher than many expected.